Well, the title of this story is Just the Way I Am. And this is just one of the 7 Habits of Happy Kids stories. And this one is related to habit number 1. Be proactive. You are in charge. So, as we go through the stories with the 7 habits, we will visit Seven Oaks. And along the way, we will meet lots of different characters that live here, and they teach us about the 7 habits. So, let's see what Pokey teaches us today about being proactive and being in charge. Just the Way I Am is the title of this story, and it's by Sean Covey. And this is Pokey, and Pokey is a porcupine, and porcupines have prickles on their back. They have quills. So what's so bad about that? That's the way porcupines are made. That's just the way they are. Pokey Porcupine was sad. Yes, he does look sad. Every time he walked by Biff Beaver, Biff made fun of him. "Hey, Pokey, your quills look like a pile of toothpicks. Ha ha ha." Well, that's not very nice. Pokey would go home and look in the mirror. Biff is right, thought Pokey. My quills are ugly. So ugly. I'm not going to school anymore. His friends tried to help. "I like your quills," said Goob Bear. "They're spiky." "He's being outlandish," said Sophie Squirrel. "Out what?" said Sammy Squirrel. "It means silly," said Sophie. "There's nothing wrong with your quills." "I think he's rude," said Tagalong Alley, the mouse. You're a porcupine. You're supposed to have quills," said Jumper Rabbit. "Just like I'm a rabbit. I'm supposed to be bouncy." Pokey went for a walk in the meadow. He thought about what his friends had said. He stopped, and he looked at his reflection in Cherry Creek. He wiggled his quills up. He wiggled his quills down. They made a nice tinkly sound in the wind. They sparkled in the sun. Pokey decided that his quills weren't so bad. "I like myself," he thought, "just the way I am." The next day, Pokey went back to school. "How come your quills poke out so far?" said Biff. Pokey smiled and walked away. He was not going to let Biff ruin his day. The next morning, Pokey decided he liked his quills so much he would show them off at school. Oh wow, he is gluing glitter to them. All of his friends gathered round him. "I wish I had quills," said Biff. "Oh, that's a change." So, what do you think? Why was Pokey so sad in the beginning? What was making him so sad? This guy right here was making him sad. And Pokey had a choice to make. He could listen to him, or he could listen to his friends. And his friends were telling him, "No, don't listen to Biff. You're a porcupine. You're supposed to have quills." Biff's just trying to make you sad. If I were Pokey, I would listen to my friends because what they're saying is right. And I'm glad. I'm glad he took the time to think about what they were saying, to really think about what they were saying, and just to take a long look at himself. He was made to have quills, and there was nothing wrong with that. So, when he finally got his mind right and decided, you know what? I'm in charge of who I listen to. I'm going to be proactive, and I'm going to decide to listen to my friends because I think they're right. I'm a porcupine. I'm supposed to have quills. And the next day, when he went to school and Biff started making fun of his quills again, wow, very powerful thing he did. No, he was not mean to Biff, but he said, he stopped, he smiled, and he walked away. He decided that he was not going to let Biff get him upset. And did it work? Yes, it did. Because now Biff is thinking, man, wish I had quills like that. And all of his friends are happy for him. And I think being proactive is pretty smart. And thinking about who's in charge. You're in charge. And you decide who you're going to listen to. And you decide what you're going to do. You are in charge.